Hello everybody, welcome to Walsey's Garage. I'm going to take this opportunity to kind of go through a little bit of a process to attach these slip-on rocker covers onto the 2008 Mercury Mountaineer. You can see there's quite a bit of rust that has occurred over time, and we're going to go ahead and probably replace it, maybe not in its entirety, perhaps about 70% in its length. Really got some pretty solid sheet metal up here, and but again, because it's a cover or a slip-on, perhaps we'll just leave that in place and go across the whole thing just to minimize the body work. So anyway, that's what we're into today. As far as the rocker panel itself, I bought a slip-on rocker cover from Summit Racing, and fits perfectly. I did have to trim the end to line up. First of all, I lined up the holes for the gasket or the weather strip, and then from there I saw how much I needed to trim off of each end just to get it to package in here. I did go ahead and do some forming of the existing just to take care of this little flared out area here. You can see it kind of comes away from the body, and what we need to do is kind of really tie that in to the rear wheel well housing as best we could. Now, that material is only going to come up about halfway. So I've gone ahead and just got a piece of steel and kind of formed it into a shape that'll kind of follow the contours. I got a little bit more work to do on it, but I'm going to go ahead and weld that in, and then I should be able to overlay that full-length rocker cover in place to actually put that on and seal it up. So we'll go to that. Yeah, as I mentioned, I'm going to go ahead and patch this in. I have decided to go ahead and use the 3M structural bonding agent. It's a two-part epoxy that will mix up, but I think that'll do a really good job. This will give me the foundation to go ahead and lay the rocker panel over the top. Again, the rocker didn't come up high enough to cover that this hole here, so I'm going to go ahead and patch that in. Again, just a little work on the vise to make this patch up, but overall came out pretty good. With a little bit of dolly work, I was able to get a pretty good fit of the two panels. Again, I'm going to bond these together. I think that'll work out well, and it'll seal from water and corrosion. So we'll take a look at that next. Well, here we've got the rocker panel. It's in place using the 3M bonding method of attachment. I did have to run some screws in just to bring everything tight, but those will be taken out afterward and replaced with fiberglass filler. Just to prevent any type of water intrusion. So overall, came out pretty good. Clamped along the bottom, actually. Did not need to drill up into that, as there's ample room to get clamps on it. So that's it for this. It's got to cure overnight, and we'll hit it again with some body work tomorrow to finish it up. But overall, I think things came out really well. In addition to the rocker panel, we've got some wheel well damage. You can see the inner fender well is also rusted out, so I've actually gone ahead and fabricated a patch for that. I'm going to go ahead and get that in after I dress this up and cut out the rest of that rust there. Yeah. The panel bonding adhesive has been able to sit overnight. It was all screwed down and clamped in place to cure. I've gone ahead and taken a DA just to knock down some of the higher beads. Again, you let that stuff actually squeeze out so that it offers that protection. But I'm going to go back into this area with some of the fiberglass filler and at least go through where each of the holes and edges are, and make sure that those are coated for water resistance, and then we'll get into the primer. Okay, we're back with the 2008 Mercury Mountaineer rocker panel and wheel well rust repair. As I've mentioned, we've gone ahead and put on these new rocker covers. I am taking the advice of my friend Pete over at DIY Auto School, who recommended treating the bare metal with a solution of vinegar and water. As you can see, these are brand new panels. They had some surface rust, which I DA'd down, but that 4-to-1 water to vinegar mixture is actually working and pulling the rust and killing it. So I know this isn't a restoration, but you know what? I don't want to get into this job in 3 years because of oxidation. So again, a lot of great YouTubes out there showing how to do it professionally, and I'm following that advice. Got the first coat of base coat. End up doing the rear bumper as well, bumper cover, and then the side repair. Well, we're looking here at the second coat of clear. It came out pretty good, actually. Laid it on really nice and wet. Once that sets up, I'll go ahead and use what's left in the gun to hit the underside again and all the areas that are prone to rust. Give them some extra protection.